Thank you for helping me heal myself.
Good morning, Creative Companions. It's snowing where I am. Trying to show you. See if we can refocus. Here now, breathing in and out. Watching it snow. It's really pretty. Let's see if I'm zoomed out all the way, huh? No, I'm not. There we go. Let's pick view. New camera to play with. I don't know if you can hear me. Good morning, Creative Companions. Hi there. Here now. I'm glad to be here now. It's been a couple weeks since we've done a live. Comment and let me know you're here and that you can see and hear me well. I have a slightly different setup today than what I usually use. Just right away, take some deep breaths with me. It's good to be here. My nose is running a little. I haven't been in winter for a long time. I'll change our camera angle now. So we're just going to hang out in my room today. It's good to be here. Glad you're here now. Let's see if I have this on autofocus. Okay, we'll do that. Good morning, Creative Companions. So, how's the lighting? How we doing? How's everybody doing? Oh, good morning, Donna. Yeah, I see the comments now. So, I'm Kim. I'm your Creative Companion, and I'm glad you're here with us. I'm your guide. This is Creative Companions. Whew! I'm a little flustered. I'm using new equipment in a different space. Things are always changing, which is wonderful. And that's what we're going to be talking about this week. We're talking about change and rolling with the changes. And man, so take your time and gather your things and gather yourself and start right away deepening your breath and elongating your breath to help bring you to the now. Gather your acrylic paint supplies, a variety of brushes. So my camera, I guess I should be looking at, because that's what I'm using. This is weird. I'm used to looking at the computer. Anyway, so we'll need a variety of brushes. Where's my stuff? I love myself, my flustered self. Therefore, treating myself as a precious object makes it so, and I realize I need to slow. We're just slowing down, coming to the now. Yeah, acrylic paint supplies. That's what we'll need today. So I have all the colors here, including white and all the colors of the rainbow. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. Water for your brushes, some paper towels. Wear your favorite paint smock. You know, it doesn't matter if you get it messy. This is my bubble art that we did in week 5 of You Can Heal Your Life, which is by Louise Hay and the book that we're working on right now. So in week 5 we did this bubble art. If you didn't do one, that's okay. Just get yourself a plain piece of cardboard. And we paint on cardboard because there's way too much cardboard. We can smash up our Amazon boxes and flatten them out, and we have lots of canvases available to make beautiful art on. So get yourself a piece of cardboard if you didn't start your bubble art. If you have bubble art, get your bubble art. And we'll get back to that in a minute. Also, this week we are going to need some kind of cutting knife. I have this utility knife, whatever, X-Acto knife, art knife, whatever you got. You'll need something like that. Um, and an open mind, like we're just going to try some things together. And the things we do in the little art projects is not little, they're significant. The art projects that we do may seem silly and insignificant, but really, do these things and some magic will follow. We just come here and try stuff together and see what happens. And so this week, we're talking about chapters 5 and 6 in You Can Heal Your Life. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And it's okay if you haven't read those chapters. We're just going to briefly touch on what Louise has to say there. Still snowing out my window. So get comfortable in your space, and now that you've gathered your things, I also have water to drink. Maybe you want coffee or tea. Stay hydrated. We're just going to sit and meditate first. We begin all our creative companion gatherings with meditation. And the meditation, we do different ones each week. I never know what I'm going to do next, and you get to find out with me. Meditation always starts with the breath. We meditate to be here now in this moment, in this awareness, with ourselves, with one another, in the creative process, to be completely present, to drop in, as they say. So you're in your home space, wherever you're at, get comfortable in your seat, feel grounded, feel your feet on the floor. Feel your breath deep and then long out. Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear me. I want to make sure I try to speak up, though, because I have this different setup going on. I'm not sure how it's all going to work, but we never know. I was thinking about that, too, this morning with technology. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how any of this works, but I still use it. So the same with these concepts that we're talking about as we explore these different works of writing, these books that we explore together. We just come with an open mind, and we don't know how or if any of this works, but we'll try it out. We're just offering new tools to try out, to get to know ourselves better, to find what feels good, as Adrian says. Yoga with Adrian, I highly recommend. So take a deep breath in. A long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. You can close your eyes. This is meditation. This here now. Breathing in and out. Just keep breathing in and out. Close your eyes and relax into your chair. You do open your eyes. I'm going to try to show that snow, but that is just not going to work for me. So breathing in and out, I need to sit down and meditate. I got up from my chair. This I do not recommend. Hopefully the camera will refocus me. All right, meditation. We're doing a seated meditation, Kim. See, resistance, distraction, these are real things. Let's try again. Just breathing in and out, closing our eyes. When we realize that when we meditate, thoughts may come. Just like the art I just showed you, they're just bubbles. Let's see them as bubbles. And they burst or float across. And they're gone. We let them go. We're talking about change and letting go. So let the thoughts go and just relax. And breathe. cross any parts of your body that may be crossed. Clear your throat and lick your lips and wiggle around, get comfortable. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. You can let your head bow and hang and feel a stretch in your neck. Breathe in through your nose and blow the next one out through your mouth. Keep breathing, just easy peasy. As I read to you from You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. I'll be right back. Keep breathing. Breathing in and out. I'm relaxed in and out. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I now choose calmly and objectively to see my old patterns, and I am willing to make changes. I am teachable. I can learn. I am willing to change. I am willing to change. I choose to have fun doing this. I choose to react as though I have found a treasure when I discover something else to release. Like bubbles. I see and feel myself changing moment by moment. Thoughts no longer have any power over me. I am the power in my world. I choose to be free. All is well in my world. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. All is well in my world. Open your eyes and look around. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. You see my room around me and the outside my window, the snow and little drops on the clothesline, and all is well in my world. And you're here with me now, and I'm glad that you're here. I'll get you started on the art project. We're going to talk about resistance to change next. And what we're talking about is facing ourselves in the mirror and coming to this place where we truly do love and accept ourselves exactly as we are. And we can look at ourselves and be grateful and thankful for all of our experiences and just have that peaceful, easy feeling. That's what we're looking for. And we're realizing that, like, you know, things come up and we realize that we repeat patterns and things and stuff. And we realize things need to change, and changes are coming, and we feel maybe anxious about that, and realizing that magic is afoot and always. And so just coming up against resistance. And these, Louise says, I am in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. I'm in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life, and always exactly where we're supposed to be. So if you have not gotten this far on your canvas yet, then pick up just some blue and your water and quickly cover your canvas cardboard with the blue. You see, I let cardboard show through. We're not worried about that. Just quickly getting a cover of blue on there. And then the next thing we did was blue bubbles and let them burst. I see it doesn't focus, huh? onto the canvas. I'm worrying about my camera and all that. And then we traced those with all the colors to make magic rainbow bubbles. So you can do that, or you can simply make some circles. I'm gonna, where does my palette go? I was gonna load my palette with paint and I don't see it. Well, I guess I'll be right back again. I will find it. Keep breathing, always. And go ahead and get that canvas covered. And what in the world did I do with that palette? Oh, there it is. I found it. So yeah, so we're just using tools to find what feels good, to get to know ourselves better. One of the basic tools that we work with in the Creative Companions comes from Julia Cameron's work, The Artist Way, and that's the morning pages, which is basically 3 pages of brain drain in the morning. I highly encourage that. Just anything that gets you into flow and gets you into the habit of flow. And and it's all a practice. What do you want to practice? What do you want to make your daily practice? I like to start my day with coffee, of course, and meditation and journaling. So I longhand write 3 pages every morning for 24 years. And in August, I went and bought this beautiful little book for myself. And it has this really nice paper in it that worked well for markers. So I started the practice of daily doing a marker meditation and just making a nice little, and now I have this whole book. And I posted these daily as I did them. And man, it's just, when you commit yourself to something, you're just amazed at what you can do. And then at the end of it, like, wow, like, look at all these. These all could be like designs for my glass art, you know, or for future paintings. I really, really, really enjoyed that process. I think I need to scroll down. No, I'm good. Let me do this. Expand video. That's what I want to do. Things are bearing with me. I think we're out of focus, so I'm going to see if I can fix that somehow. How do I get it to focus better? So make some circles on your canvas or blow some bubbles and let them land where they will, willy-nilly, not thinking about it, just allowing. Now that really kind of looks in focus to me. So yeah, part of the point of Creative Companions is that we often don't commit to doing our art because we think we don't have the time or we don't have the right equipment. You know, the equipment is ever changing. We find we need to schedule the time and go with what we got. Use what we have. Grab a piece of cardboard if that's all you got, and even if it's not. I'm making rhymes. Maybe I should write that down. But how do you make a perfect circle? You can take your brush, any brush, put some paint on it, and push it down onto your cardboard and spin it. Spin it. Keep spinning it. And it makes a circle. That's one way. And we used all the colors. I hope you can see that. And went around those bubbles to give them that magic rainbow effect. So I'm going to give you all a few minutes to play with that. If you already have a bubble painting, maybe you want to take some white and add some highlights, or I'm going to add like some wavy lines to give it like a water wave effect and some movement in that direction in my background. Let me get up. I think I should maybe move my chair closer. There, you can kind of see that. Do I have that lens on? It is on autofocus, but why isn't it doing it? I don't know. Things I'm learning, you know. We'll see. No, I can't see the comments. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the acceptance of change and the acceptance of the notion that you have discovered something yet again within yourself that you'd like to change. And it's just like we talk about in meditation. We don't get mad at ourselves. We're just abiding here in the now and accepting what is and going with the flow. And then we go, I noticed that I've been writing in my journal about this same thing I was writing about 5 years ago. And I see I responding the way I did 5 years ago sure didn't work and make me feel good. So how can I respond differently now, this time? And that's what we're talking about. Facing the mirror, and who we are and how, and those breaking those pattern responses, breaking chains, and taking responsibility, for who we are. So I'm gonna let you squiggle around with the white paint and make some bubbles and stuff for a minute. Um, so we're just acknowledging where we're at in our life and what's going on with us, and resistance will come up. You know, I see what I've been doing. I see, so I need to change, and we get all these resistance to that, and don't let resistance stop you from making the change, though, or fear, or any of those things. We can look at that resistance and still make that mental change and observe ourselves and watch how we resist and then go ahead and do it anyway. And like we can simplify what I'm talking about here is like affirmations. You realize like, ooh, I've been thinking this thought that's not serving me well. Maybe it has the word CAN''T, I can't, something. You're feeling this, I dread. Maybe you're having dread thoughts. And you want to replace that. I am looking forward to instead of I dread. And then you notice that you resist even allowing yourself to change that thought. Maybe you're judging the idea of doing that. We often, when we're at this stage too, we start looking at other people's behavior and maybe they do the same thing too, and then that justifies it. Or we're using their existence and their behavior as an excuse, resistance for us to change ourselves. Something about their behavior doesn't allow me to be who I am. That's silly. But, yeah. We also have limiting ideas about ourselves. Anything that starts with TOO. I'm too old, too fat, too skinny, too short, too silly, too whatever. Those, Oh, and keep the hand moving. When we're writing in our journal or when we're doing this art project together today, I encourage you to just keep your hand moving while you're practicing the art of listening. So you're breathing, relaxing your breath, and relaxing into your body while your hand is moving across the page and creating this art. So we've made some bubbles, we've made some squiggly lines. I'm going to take a moment to make a few more squiggly lines. So our resistance often is a delay tactic. We know our good's right there within our reach, but we resist. I'll do it later. I'm too anxious, scared, whatever. As soon as I lose 20 pounds, as soon as I get back from the trip, as soon as yeah. And when resistance shows up as denial and living in the land of denial and fear. That's the biggest one. Fear of the unknown, fear we might fail or fall, or we might be rejected, or we don't know enough. I don't even like to say them all. You know what your fears are. They get in our way. Our fears are like dragons guarding our most precious treasures. Yes. So, too often, instead of working on our own changes, we decide which one of our friends we need to change, and we start trying to work on their problems. It's hard enough to make changes when we want to, but try to make someone else change when he or she doesn't want to is impossible, and it can ruin a good friendship. Boy, have I learned that. So mirror work. Mirror, mirror. Reflects back to us our feelings about ourselves. And our mirror is our journal, our mat, our yoga mat, where we notice how we feel. We notice if we're hesitant or resistant or feeling challenged. We notice if we want to change, and we ask ourselves why. We ask ourselves what beliefs are holding us back, what repeated patterns it is within us that correspond to this belief. Hmm. So yeah, so we just need to get willing to release the need for resistance, willing to let go. That's it. So just like we let these bubbles pass in our meditation, it's a willingness to let go of the old, and that's how you get the new. Is let go of the old limiting thoughts. That's what we're talking about. All our thoughts about ourselves that we're unworthy and I don't deserve it. This is procrastination. This is resistance too. Um, Self-worth opens the doors, knowing that you are worthy and what you have to offer is good. There are people out there looking for exactly what you have to offer. So self-criticizing, beating yourself up is totally missing the mark. We got to get on our team, and be our own best cheerleader. So then we have no need to delay our good. If we stopped wasting time and energy putting ourselves down, we could do something to eliminate that certain inner belief. We could change the belief. No matter how you approach it or what subject we're talking about, we're only talking about thoughts. And thoughts can be changed, and you're the only thinker in your mind. So you get to pick what things you think. Yes, they come up randomly at times. Old tapes play. But you can change the pattern within you that creates the condition. You see, you take your power back, simply change your thoughts. No more self-criticizing. When you beat yourself up, who do you think you're doing that to? It's a good question, ain't it? Yeah. So the person you're scolding is a little artist self within you that just wants to create, So now that you're the adult in your life, you can comfort that little child, indeed. This is the present. This is your opportunity to treat yourself the way you wish to be treated. We hear a lot about treat others the way, I don't know how to treat others the way they wish to be treated. But what about that? Treating yourself the way you wish to be treated. Because when the child within feels unsafe, they cause a lot of trouble, let me tell you. And I know that, when I start feeling unsafe and this is not a peaceful, easy feeling, I'll say that. So be kind to yourself and begin to love and approve of yourself. That's what the little child needs in order to express itself at its highest potential. So we gotta, breathe in and out and just continue to move your brush around. Try some dry brushing if you haven't, which is simply taking a brand new brush that you haven't used at all yet today. And it hasn't been in water. It's completely dry. And putting a little white on it and then wiping most of that white off of your brush. And I even wipe on my hand. I'm going to try to demonstrate here. But dry brushing will just make like a cloudy effect. I don't even have enough to do it. And a light touch and dragging, so like going out from the bubbles as if they were shining a light from within. I hope you can see. Wow, I'm not digging how this camera works. I feel like I need a cameraman. But just play with your white. Do what you do there for another few minutes. No judging of your creation. We're going somewhere with this. You'll see the next part in just a moment. Breathing in and out. I'm going to read to you this meditation at the end of chapter 6. In the infinity of life where I am, always perfect, whole, and complete, I see any resistant patterns within me only as something else to release, and they have no power over me. I am the power in my world. I flow with the changes taking place in my life as best I can. I approve of myself and the way I am changing. I'm doing the best I can. Each day gets easier. I rejoice that I am in the rhythm and flow of my ever-changing life. Today is a wonderful day. I choose to make it so. All is well in my world. These are fun to write in your journal too, to just help get that, thought in your new thoughts taking shape in your mind. So you can pause on your art and just breathe now for a minute, because we're going to get to the good part. We talked about, oh gosh, I found something about myself that needs to change, and oh, I feel bad about that. No, I'm resistant to making that change, and maybe we feel all stuck up in the stuff, Oh, it's snowing pretty good now. How to change is chapter 7. And just know, here's an affirmation she has at the beginning. I cross bridges with joy and with ease. I cross bridges with joy and with ease. I create new art with joy and with ease. I use my voice with joy and with ease. Okay, so we're going to get our knives out and ready next. I'll show you. This is what we're aiming for. So, kind of a 3D look. Where is it in focus? Right about there. Okay. So we're going to cut our painting and cut certain areas out. And as you see, cardboard is corrugated, that rib, so you can cut just down to that corrugated surface. Here's one. And make, okay, so I'm going to leave my bubbles and cut the background away in areas in like some relatively large chunks. So you just want to tick through that first surface of cardboard, because you can also later cut deeper into the next layer, which would leave a clear. I'll show you. We'll get there. It's one step at a time, and we don't know where we're going, and the headlights can only see so far. So you can just wait a second, and I will show you in a second what I've done here. I'm just cutting out one section of my background, which I'm seeing my background as water, and these bubbles are on the water, is what I'm seeing. I don't know, but we'll see. You never know what life is going to throw you best. A great affirmation is, I can handle whatever comes my way. And with your art, you just follow the flow of it. You get in the flow of it, and it takes you where it goes. And you don't know the next part until you do the next part, Then you stare at it for a while, you let it simmer, and you see what happens next. Okay, so see, I cut that piece out to leave that corrugation show. I'm going to keep that piece because later you can glue those on somewhere, and this can become really something spectacular. And when we do our art, one thing that's real important to let go of is our need to control the timing of things, our need to control how long this art piece is going to take to make. You might work on it today, tomorrow, the next day, next week. I have a lot of unfinished stuff sitting around that I like to give them my attention when I need to, and then when they're done, they tell me. So I don't know that we'll complete the cutting part of this today, and maybe we'll bring it back next week and do some more. Once you've cut out the pieces, and like I said, save those because you might want to glue those back on. I like to just cut for a while, and then you can paint this area. So you just cut and then gently peel that off so the corrugation shows, like you see there. So we're going to do some more cutting like that while we talk about how to change. And you know, when I get to this point in instructing a group and I say get out your knife and start cutting your painting, there's some resistance to change that will come up in the artist who is creating this piece, because you had no idea until this moment that I was going to tell you to cut it. And you may be over there going, I'm not doing that. I don't care what she says. So notice. Um, let it become what it becomes, and you will be amazed. It's only in trying new things that, yeah, the magic happens, the miracles happen, new songs are written, the new art is made, and it's all an experiment. It's a practice, it's an experiment. We're not looking to entertain the critic or the judge within who might say we're doing it wrong or we're messing it up. Don't cut it up, you're messing it up. No, it's becoming. It's changing and growing, and we're rolling with the changes, right? I cross bridges with joy and ease. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue to cut out pieces like that. Now, besides cutting and peeling off that first layer of cardboard, I'm going to do it on this shape. You can cut through that corrugation down to the just breaking through to the next layer. Peel that corrugated layer out. Keep that too. It might, there might be some fuzzies left in there. You'll need to pick at it some. Tedious. It's tedious. It's a process. It takes time. Just like making these deep personal changes in our lives. Breaking our patterns. Breaking chains. Mending our hearts. You got to grow new pathways, So that's what you can look at it this way. You're cutting a new pathway. So I've just cut down to the next layer, which leaves me a solid space instead of the striped space like the corrugation. So you also have that option. Again, I just threw that on the floor. But keep your pieces you cut out, because these can be quite useful to glue back on. And you'll probably, this one's been around a while, but it's beautiful. I love it. And as you can see, I glued some of the pieces back on after I did some painting. So now just do cutting. And then I would suggest after you do some cutting, then you paint those spaces. And if you want it to look deep, that's when you would go to the clear layer. And painting it with a darker color than what's above it, it will give it the shadow and make it look deep. You can do a stair step, really cool. This is such a fun art form to play with. I like it a lot. Bernie Calhoun, who I met in Doddridge County, West Virginia years ago, showed me how to do this, and I've been spreading the cardboard art thing since then. So, how do we make these changes we want to make? Well, we nurture the willingness to let go, know that we control our own mind, and learn how to forgive ourselves and others. So we release the need. Yeah, the need to stay the same, and we just keep going and work on expressing ourselves and our creative talents, and we just keep moving forward. We don't despair or dread anymore. This usually takes a while. We need to be gentle and persistent and willing to give yourself a few quiet moments each day to reflect on your process of change. The intelligence within you knows the answers. You're learning to trust your inner guidance to reveal to you whatever it is you need to know. Only you know for you, and know that you know. Know that you know. Do the next right thing. How do you know what that is? You always know. You always know. It's just choosing to do it. Like my grandpa said, you always know what the next right thing is. It's not usually the easiest thing. But you go and do that next right thing. And then come back and tell me how good you feel about yourself. And doesn't that feel good? Yes, Pap. That's my grandpa. And I agree. You know. For your situation, for your way of being, you know what's right for you. It's just finding the courage and the confidence and the consistency to make the choice to choose that thing for you. Are you still breathing in and out? It's nice and slow and feeling your feet on your floor and feeling comfortable where you are. Maybe take a drink of water. Artist dates are another great thing, another tool that we use on the regular. Taking your artist child self out on a date, playing in the snow or flying a kite or, doing that thing that you like to do. So I encourage you to do that. I've been doing some portraits, playing with the camera a little more than I had been, and that's been fun and frustrating. And I'm learning new stuff. So just still cutting our cardboard here. Doesn't that look cool? Doesn't it look really cool? I'm trusting that it's a process. This is a process. This is a creative process, a work in progress. We are work in progress. We do not, and I started with I use all this technology to bring you this live feed, and I don't know how any of this works. We don't need to know the how. And I'm reading from the book now and talking about us and our inner changes. We do not need to know the how. All we need to be is willing. The universal intelligence or your subconscious mind will figure out how. Every thought you think and every word you speak is being responded to. The point of power is in this moment. The thoughts you are thinking and the words you are declaring at this moment are creating your future, the next moment. Yeah. Just like each move you make with your paintbrush or with this knife is creating the next move you make. Your mind is a tool. You may think your mind is running the show, but that's only because you've been trained to think that way. You can also train and retrain your mind over and over and over. You can use it any way you wish. You can choose to use it any way you wish. So the thoughts you think create the experiences that you have. So a good affirmation is, it's easy for me to make changes. I cross bridges easily. I make changes easily. I go with the flow. My flow. The only thing you ever have control of is the thought you're thinking right now. The old experiences are gone. If you bring them up in your mind to think about them, that's your choice. They've already happened. The thought you're thinking now is totally under your control. A really great meditation is to simply stop, ask for the next highest thought. What's the highest thought I can think? For me, it's I am here now. Present. Here now, in this moment. It's the only way I can be with you now. So you're in control of how long you stay focused on a thought too. So you start to realize how you hang on to these thoughts that don't make you feel good. Addicted is a word that comes to mind. I realized when I was becoming addicted to poor little sad little me, and that's what I was writing in my journal every day, wham, 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 telling my story over and over and over and over, my sad story, I got bored with it, so to being willing to let go and release and just be here now, Release all tension, fear, anger, guilt, sadness, limitations. Just be at peace. Be at peace with yourself in the now, in the process of life. Practice doing that. Just practice in your meditations and when you're committing your art. We cut out a circle. That was fun. You can cut spirals and then peel it up in a spiral shape. That's fun. And yeah, there's so much you can do. And I love seeing what you do with this art. I've made a lot of these. I'm sure you can look through the pictures on Creative Companions and find them. All of the videos that we do on Creative Companions go onto the YouTube channel. So you can go and watch them there. Art by Kim Keffer. Everything's art by Kim Keffer. Ah, KK. That's the 11th letter of the alphabet. So I'm 1111. All is well. You can even cut all the way through the cardboard and make a little window if you wanted to. I've done that before. You can do whatever you want. Your old thoughts are gone. You're free now. Right? So breathing in and out, we just let go of all tension and relax and know that we can change. She talks about how to physically release stuff. You know, kicking, screaming, kicking the hack, man, kicking the hacky sack. I used to do that for hours. Yoga. You know, don't become a slave to your past. It's silly. Does this sound silly? I can't enjoy today because of something that happened in the past. I can't enjoy today because something that happened to me 20 years ago, 5 years ago, yesterday. I can't enjoy today because of, yeah, so think about that. It's only our thoughts about yesterday that are hurting us and keeping us there. We could drop into the now by feeling our feet on the floor, finding a new thought, recognizing the good in the now. Ananda, eternal bliss. Eternal bliss is established, attained, acquired, is a state of being acquired by recognizing the good in every moment. That's a practice. You get better and better and better at it. It's always available. In every moment that you're in, if you look around, if you take a moment, feel your feet, and take a breath, you'll see something beautiful. You'll hear something beautiful. You'll think something beautiful. The good is always present in the now, and that's where we live. That's where life's happening. That's where the magic happens, right here, right now. The past is over and done and can't be changed. We're only hurting ourselves over and over again with it when we replay those tapes and try to figure it out. Just let it go. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Gone like that bubble. And peel it off and release it. Let it go. That opens doors for change. That makes room for change. Then we become free to use all of our mental power to enjoy this moment and then to create a great future. You know, one thing that I've done in times where I realize, whoo, man, I'm just really dwelling on and creating for myself a scary future based on fears created in my past. So I know I'm the master of my mind. This is not what I want to be thinking about. What do I want to be thinking about? Well, I'm a creative being and I'm scaring the crap out of myself with these scary thoughts. So I could use that creativity and dream up the best possible future for myself. What would it look like? And that's fun. And that's fun. And to daydream and just feel that. And realizing, it helps you to realize, I am choosing the thoughts that I think. The thoughts that I think are affecting how I feel in the moment. And I want to feel good. So I'm learning to choose thoughts that serve me well. How do they serve me? They make me feel good, and I want to feel good. So the next step is for forgiveness. When we do not flow freely with life in the present moment, it usually means we're holding on to a past moment. It can be regret, sadness, hurt, fear, guilt, blame. Each one of these states comes from a state of unforgiveness, a refusal to let go and come into the present moment. Love is always the answer to healing of any sort. We love ourselves first and forgive ourselves for whatever that was. And she gives lots of exercises on how to work with forgiveness. And in meditation, we're learning to come back to our hearts and realizing that love is the greatest healer to be found. Love is only in the now. We can only love ourselves right now. And we can only love others once we know how to love ourselves in the now. And we can only love them in the now. So next time you see them in the now, tell them you love them. That's what I say. Man, and I've been working on and trying to flow with the changes and moving and not doing, I've been doing the perpetual eternal sunshine here. Now it's snowing, still snowing. I really want to show the snowing. So keep breathing in and out, feeling your feet on the floor. I'm going to play with my camera here a minute and just swing the view. Do you see that now? Look at that. But I like that the fall colors are still there. And it's snowing. And it's sticking a little. Wow. I'll sit there and let it snow for a while and let you watch it snow. So breathing in and out, feeling our feet, watching it snow. Maybe you gaze out your window. Let me know what you see out your window. Okay, so we've also been cutting away at our cardboard, and I encourage you to keep doing that. We're going to bring these back again next week to paint on them some more. But cut away as much as you want. Save those pieces that you cut off. Breathing in and out. I am here now and practicing the art of listening. So we talk about opening up to change, and that opens doorways, makes room for new, it brings up stress in us, and we're just constantly learning how to gracefully go through life's experiences, with more and more grace and ease. That's the goal. I want to be a graceful granny. So this grandbaby of mine is soon to be here. Aubrey is full term as of tomorrow, she says, 37 weeks. And so baby grandson is due any moment. Let me swing this camera back from the snow now. Appreciate you all so much for you showing up for yourselves, showing up for Creative Companions week after week. Took a few weeks off. I'm going to be more consistent again. Practicing my practice of being your guide. Breathing in and out. Peaceful, easy feeling. You can continue to cut, paint, create as I take us to close for this week with another meditation, just reading from the end of the chapter. Breathing in and out, slowing your breath. You can come to a place of stillness and put your creative tools down for a minute if you like. And close your eyes. Take nice long breaths. There is so much love in your heart that you could heal the entire planet. But just for now, let us use this love to heal you, to heal yourself. Feel a warmth beginning to glow in your heart center, a softness, a gentleness. Let this feeling begin to change the way you think and talk about yourself. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. Change is the natural law of my life. I welcome change. I'm willing to change. I choose to change my thinking. I choose to change the words I use. I move from the old to the new with ease and with joy. It's easier for me than I thought. It is with joy that I learn to love myself more and more. The more resentment I release, the more love I have to express. Changing my thoughts makes me feel good. I am learning to choose to make today a pleasure to experience. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. You can open your eyes and check out your now and look at your art with fresh eyes. This is what you created so far today. Here's what I've got. I'll post a picture, and I'm going to cut a little more. And we'll bring it back next week to work on some more. Let's see if it's in focus right about there. So yeah, I really enjoy this process, and I hope that you do too. I hope you make today the most spectacular day that you've had in a while. Enjoy yourself, drink the hot chocolate, eat the cake, fly the kite, write the song, sing the song, take a bubble bath, do the thing. I love you so much. I appreciate you. I'm glad you showed up for your creative self, to join my creative self. That which I do, which heals me, heals you. Peace out, people. I love you so much. Enjoy your day.